Hey y'all, so peace and love everybody. So this is my next update. I thought that I've addressed on several occasions the idea of good officers and rogue officers or bad officers. And in all actuality, I know it's the politically correct thing to do. You know, people feel like when they make public statements, especially politicians, everybody in some position of something to lose. If you have a job you're concerned about or a public position you're concerned about, people usually try to find a politically correct way to address all that is going on. In all actuality, I never think there are good cops. In all actuality, I think that every officer from every police department across this country needs to be phased out over a 3-year process. I've stated this before. I also think that those officers need to undergo an immediate psychological evaluation, and that they should all have to have psych evaluations every 2 years, because the occupational hazard of the work that they do. All of these officers who are part of these police departments should be phased off over the course of the next 3 years, because there is a saturated culture of hatred amongst law enforcement in this country, and no one at this point should be able to deny that. So because of that, the officers who are currently there are not of use to any department anywhere. Because what happens right now is they just keep rearranging the deck chairs, shuffle them around. They get fired from this agency and they just get moved to that agency, or they get fired from this city and they get moved to the next city. So that can stop. Their records should track them. But the reason I often say there are no good cops, I know you got family members of police officers, people who aspire to be police officers. They think it's an honorable profession. Well, there are no good cops in this current climate because there are far too many rogue cops, and that is what bears witness against there being good cops. I'm going to tell you why. I raise dogs, and anybody on viewing this will tell you, if they raise dogs, that what I'm about to tell you is true. If you have a dog that has become a rabid dog, meaning, yes, it's infected and it's not safe, or if you have a dog that, for lack of better terms, is a rogue dog, cannot be controlled, can't socialize with other animals or people, it chases cars, it bites the mailman, it's sometimey with you, it may listen, it may not, that's a rogue dog. Just because you may have another dog of that litter or another dog in your home that doesn't behave that way, it's not aggressive with people, it doesn't bark, it listens to your command, that doesn't make it a good dog. In fact, the dog may be no good. It may not be a bad dog, but it also is a dog that is no good. Like, what use do you have for a dog that does not bark, that does not bite, that does not hunt? You see, it may not be bad, but it's also no good. It is of no use to you, because if the dog had a little gumption to it, it would check the other rogue dog. It would keep that dog in line. As it is with your police department. If you had a rogue officer, a rabid officer, and that officer was out of line, going against what is for the good of the people, what is good for the community, it's just abusing the children, it is chasing down cars, it is going outside of its scope of duty, then the good dog or the good officer would check the rabid dog or the rogue officer. That doesn't happen. There are no good cops. They all did it. They were either complicit, accessories after the fact, or accessories during the fact, but they all did it. So if you have a department that is riddled with hatred and racism and psychological illnesses, they're of no use to you. They may not be bad, but they sure ain't no good. So that's my piece for today. I hope you all had a great day. I hope you plan to have a great night. See y'all at 8:01.